Hello Leo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your connection between you and the person that you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. We'll be pulling for all three sides of the connection, so we're going to look at your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it, the concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we'll look at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section will look at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, the whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that's totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. Oh goodness. All right, Leo. That's something stuck in my throat. We're going to start with looking at the overall energy for the connection with oracle cards, and then we're going to dive deeper into the story with tarot as we progress with the reading. So let's start, Leo, looking at the overall energy for your side of this connection. Oh, synchronicity. So to me, this card, especially with the numbers 4, communication, that's so interesting. Seeing the communication card when I was having like something stuck in my throat, because I got like, I thought like maybe there's something to do with the throat chakra. And then the communication card comes out. So you have synchronicity with communication here. The synchronicity card I definitely see, like I said, with the 4, as like divine guidance, almost like you are being divinely guided in this connection, or just in general when it comes to your love life. I want one more. Okay, 2 more. Then you have surrender with shattered. Okay, so I feel like there's this vibe that things are not really going according to plan in this connection. I feel like you had certain expectations and certain desires in this connection that are just not being met. Almost like this illusion of what you thought this could be is starting to crack. Like with this shattered card, it's like you had this, perfectly clear picture of how things were going to go, of who this person was, and then things kind of started to, it's like you get that small crack in the windshield and then it just starts to like get bigger and bigger. So I don't necessarily know what happened, but I do feel like there's something very spiritual going on already, just kind of in this energy, meaning that something is definitely aligning or happening for your highest good here. But there is also something about the throat chakra. So maybe a need to speak up, a need to speak your truth, to be honest, to be open, to be vulnerable in some way. But we'll obviously get a little bit clearer on that as we progress in this reading. So let's see what this person has going on. So I don't, like I said, necessarily know what happened. Granted, we've only pulled a few cards, so we've only looked at one side of this. This person's energy towards Leo. Synchronicity card could also represent like your intuition trying to communicate with you too, about this person, about this connection. This person's energy. Friendship, wild card, manipulation. Okay, so this person's pretty unpredictable. And I feel like you obviously, they look at you like they value, oh, and then dead end, okay. They value you and what you bring to the table and this connection. Because with this friendship card, I feel like that's typically, I typically see this card when it's like, okay, they do very much see you as someone that they like want in their life. However, their energy is very predictable, very wishy-washy, like left and right, up and down. Now, this manipulation card is obviously a little bit concerning, because to me, this is representing this person's, maybe there's some dishonesty here, or maybe like, people who tend to be a little bit more manipulative are people who require or need or crave control over other people because they don't know how to like deal or handle with like their own emotions, their own stuff. So they try to maintain control of others in order to keep themselves feeling safe. So there's a lot going on with this person. And I feel like it has made things pretty complicated for you because I feel like you're trying to like read between the lines of this person's behavior because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of like communication happening in this. It doesn't mean you guys don't talk. It doesn't mean that there aren't conversations, but communication where like there's honesty, there's vulnerability, somebody being open to hearing you. So, and with this dead end card, it's almost like this person is like keeping things from going deeper, even though there's a desire for more. But on both sides, not just your side. So, like I said, this person's got a lot going on. I feel like they have very unpredictable kind of energy. But it's also like it's so unpredictable that it's predictable. Like I don't feel like you fully can trust them. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. There's some complicated energies at play for sure. All right, truth of this connection between Leo and this person, but we will definitely get clearer on what's going on here as we progress in this reading. Truth of the connection between Leo and this person. There's that surrender card again. Detachment. I feel like I need one more to really... Well, also, the surrender card is the number 7, and this detachment card is number 34. And then, like, if you obviously, add 3 and 4 together, you have 7 too. So 7-7, you could be seeing 7-7, which to me often represents like your spirit guide, your angels, spirit trying to communicate with you, the universe trying to communicate with you. You have solitude. Okay. So I'm starting to get the full picture now. What I'm kind of gathering from this is that you, and I might repeat a few things that I've already said, so bear with me, but you had a certain idea of the potential of this connection, of where things were going to go, how things were going to unfold. And I feel like this person has like blocked things from getting to that point. It's like I don't know why or what they're actually doing, but like whether it's a lack of vulnerability or a lack of commitment or a lack of honesty or whatever the case is, I feel like their behavior goes against this idea that you had for this connection. Now, I do also feel that intuitively you know that this person loves and cares about you, which they do. They have this with this friendship card. I do feel like they value you in their life. I just feel like what you're desiring out of this and what they're giving, there's a mismatch. It's like you're wanting more, whether it's more commitment or like I said, vulnerability, honesty, whatever, the communication, I don't know. And I feel like you have seen this idea of what things were going to be like for so long that you've really held on to it, and you've held on to like who this person could be and what this could turn into. But it's got you, like with the solitude card, it's got you feeling really lonely, like almost like isolated here, because again, it feels like this person is never, the wishy-washiness can start to become really challenging because I feel like it feels like they don't care, or it feels like they're just using you or whatever. I don't feel like they're trying to do that. I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but I do feel like the detachment that you feel from them is making it really hard for you because you want more from them. And now I think it's kind of like figuring out what the best way forward is for you, or like how to best handle this, because I do feel you might be dealing with someone who is a little like fragile, like can get easily spooked almost. Or maybe they get really defensive. I don't know. Like I said, complicated energies at play. We've got a lot to unpack. Let's just see where this takes us. It's kind of like putting together a puzzle sometimes when I don't really know what the like story is. Overall theme of this reading between Leo and this person. What does Leo need to know about this connection? Overstepped boundaries. I feel like you've been dealing with this for a while. You still miss me. Commitment. Okay. Yeah, so that is what I'm feeling. Okay. So this person, there's definitely this energy of unmet needs. And it feels like it's been yours for a while here in this connection. And maybe this person kind of crossing boundaries or just taking things too far, but never giving you the kind of like commitment that you're desiring. And I feel like that's what you're wanting out of this. You're wanting further commitment from this person, commitment emotionally or whatever the case might be. And it's like, intuitively, you know that they want that too, but their behavior is the opposite of their desire, which is what's making things really complicated. Because your intuition is picking up on, oh, this person does care about me, they want to be in this connection, they want to take things to the next level, but then like the way that they act on the surface is very different than what you're kind of picking up on. It's like mixed signals in a way. And because I do feel like there are times where they show that side of them, but then there are other times where they're really closed off. And that's where that wild card energy is coming from. Because I feel like you're trying to figure out like, okay, what do you really feel like? What do you really want? Do you want this? Do you not? Do you want to be with me? Do you not? Like, what the hell is going on? And I think it's hard for anybody in that position, especially if there is a lack of communication, or like if you try to bring up a problem or talk about your needs or be honest about how you feel, like if the other person gets defensive or shuts down, that can leave you stuck in feeling like you're trapped because you're like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to handle this. Because yeah, with this you still miss me card, like I feel like you feel this person's energy, like you know they care, they want more out of this too. But I know it's like your intuition is right, but I don't know, there's something you're needing, like a different perspective. I don't know, something that needs to be addressed. So let's look, Leo, at your side of this connection with communication and synchronicity. Leo's side of the connection to the person they're dealing with, needing to learn the most from right now. Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah, see, that's kind of that same energy as overstepped boundaries here. Four of Cups, a need to change perspective, to shift your perspective here. The Nine of Cups. The Empress in reverse. The Five of Wands. Okay, what else? Justice in reverse, and then the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom. Okay. So you're very loyal and committed to this person and to this connection. But you're not getting that same kind of loyalty and commitment in return. Now, I'm not saying this person is just off cheating on you or like, that's not necessarily what I'm saying, okay? Sure, that could be your situation if that's what you're dealing with, but that's not what I'm saying here. It just feels like you are really like willing to do what it takes to make this connection work, to be there for this person, to invest in this connection, and you're just not getting that same energy in return. You're getting that wishy-washy energy, right? But I feel like there's this part of you, it's like you know that you're wanting and deserving of more. Like that is a very, like, you're aware of that. You're aware that what this person is giving you is not what you necessarily want. But what's making it hard, and I know I've mentioned this a few times, is underneath the surface, I feel like you know how this person feels. And so there's this energy of putting up with a lot of things that you wouldn't normally put up with in relationships because maybe you and this person are intuitively connected in some way. And maybe that's kind of the spiritual aspect to this. But the problem is that you're honestly kind of getting treated like shit here. Like with the Justice in reverse, I feel like you're really getting the short end of the stick. Things are absolutely unbalanced. The Empress in reverse, this is definitely an energy of, not being treated the way that you deserve to be valued, the way you deserve to be loved. Like all of the things that you're giving, you are just not getting in return. And I'm not saying never, okay? I'm not saying you're never getting these things and that this person is only treats you poorly, but majority of the time I feel like you're missing a lot of the things that you desire. Now with this Five of Wands here, there's this inner conflict that I feel like you have going on, because I feel like there's this part of you that's like, well, I know that things aren't where I want them to be. I know that I'm not getting treated the way that I deserve, but I don't want to lose the potential of what this could be, because I know deep down how this person really feels. But then like I feel like you might switch back to like being really angry to like really, feeling a lot of strong feelings for this person. It's like there's these highs and lows that I feel like you're navigating with this connection. And I think that I completely understand why this is complicated, especially with this Nine of Cups here. I feel like this person, aligns with a lot of what you're looking for in relationships and has a lot of the qualities or the just personality traits of somebody that you would want in your life, would want to be with. But it just feels like you're in a place in this where, especially with the Seven of Wands in reverse, like you're kind of, it's just not getting treated well. I mean, that's cross boundaries right there. I mean, we've seen it twice. Letting this person overstep your boundaries in some way. And I'm not saying you're doing it like, oh, I can't believe you're letting this person, you're so weak. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I think that there's a lot of complicated energies at play here, and I'm sure you have your reasons, but I do very much feel like you are kind of getting the short end of this stick here. And like, again, you are so committed and so loyal to this person and to what you feel you need to do to make this work. And like going back in between this connection, you have this solitude card. Like I feel like this connection makes you feel very alone, almost like, you're both in it, but yet you're kind of alone in it in some way. Like you're not alone, especially if this person's in your life, but it's like maybe there's this feeling of feeling very lonely because you're always there for them, but they don't really give you that same energy in return. So I definitely understand the conflict, the inner conflict. I understand, where you're at and why you're feeling the way that you are. But let's see if we can get an idea like where this person is at and how to handle this moving forward. Because it's hard. I've definitely been there where it's like intuitively, okay, somebody cares about me, or they want to be in this connection or whatever, but then their behavior is just so off, and it's like, I don't know what to believe, or like, you're like, I know that they care about me more than this, but like, why are they behaving like this, or why are they acting like this? This person's energy toward Leo, wild card with friendship. It's almost like there's this disconnect between like their 5D self and their 3D self, which means that they haven't, integrated into their spiritual self. So that's more of a reflection of their like lack of healing and growth and things of that nature. But let's just see. This person's energy toward you, Leo. Wild card with friendship. yeah, man, I mean, I feel like in their energy, I get this just contrast, like this, like black, white, like energy of contrast. It's like they're so one way or the other. It's like they're either, lovey-dovey or very present or very invested or like nothing at all. Like so hot and cold. Not like warm and lukewarm, but like literally like hot and cold. Like all in, invested, care about you, love you, telling you things you want to hear, and then just like nothing. And I think that it's making it so hard for you because sometimes they do show up in that potential that you see, but then other times it's like complete lack of that. Okay, death, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's that Devil card. I don't know why, I haven't seen like the King or Queen of Pentacles, but I'm getting Earth sign energy for some reason. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Maybe you're dealing with one of those. You definitely don't have to be, but yeah, okay. Ace of Wands. I don't have a clear picture on this person's energy yet. I need some more. Eight of Swords. Seven of... The Star and Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That feels paired. Why am I... This reminds me of a reading I did this week. The title of it was No Wonder You're Confused. I think it was Taurus. Maybe that's why I'm getting Earth sign energy. Maybe you're dealing with Taurus or you have Taurus in your chart and there's something in that reading that you're needing to see. But, I mean, you also have the Devil here, which is Capricorn energy. But, okay. Oh! Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a lot to unpack. I said this person had a lot going on, and that's definitely right. Okay. So, yeah, their energy is very confusing. It's very contrasted. It's very black, white, up, down, left, right, like complete opposite. And I feel like there's, I see this desire for this connection. So I definitely see why you're picking up on that, especially like with this Ace of Wands. Like I feel like they're driven toward it. There are feelings there. I mean, Ace of Wands with the friendship, like I feel like they have this desire. But then it's weird because every other aspect of their energy goes against that desire. There's a lack of commitment, there's self-sabotage, there's an energy of undervaluing you. And I feel like the reason I see these in pairs and then out here I have this Eight of Swords is it's almost like, because the Eight of Swords to me, this is very much an energy of kind of being trapped in a prison of your own making. And so it's almost like this person, their behavior goes completely against the things that they truly want. And that within itself, like, is the definition of self-sabotage, which we see here with the Knight of Wands in reverse. And then this Devil energy is kind of this energy of just like unhealthy patterns, unhealthy habits, a little bit toxic in their approach to relationships. And I feel like it's hard because, yes, you're able to pick up on this desire, but then their behavior tells a completely different story. And with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, like there is a lack of commitment here. Like they're not investing as much as they should be in order to sustain this connection or in order to value you the way that you need to be and deserve to be valued. I feel like they see you as someone who is kind of like a light in their life, like with the star here. But it's almost like that makes them feel bad about themselves. It's almost like you bring out a lot of insecurities in this person because... And not intentionally. I'm not saying you're doing things to do that. I feel like they see you as someone who is like got it together. Or like maybe you're at a certain point in your healing journey or you're good at communicating or being vulnerable or whatever the case is. And like they struggle with those things. And so I feel like there's this energy of like them feeling a little bit insecure in this connection, and not necessarily in the sense that I don't feel like they look at you as the problem in that, but I do feel like being in this connection is uncomfortable for them because they do poke at those insecurities, or you do poke at those insecurities, your connection does. And so the wishy-washy energy isn't necessarily oh, I want to be with Leo, oh, I don't, or like, oh, I want to be, in a connection with you, oh, I don't. It's more them, how they're feeling, getting projected into their behavior, where it's like there's, one day they're feeling good, they're feeling confident, and they're like, yeah, like, I'm good enough for Leo, let's go, this can work. And then the next day they're like, wow, I don't feel like I'm good enough for Leo. Leo's way too good for me. I'm going to push them away. But remember, 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious, meaning that I'm not saying they're doing this consciously. Like, I know when I first met my husband, which funny enough, he and I are both Leos, but that's beside the point. When I first met my husband, every single part of me wanted to push this man away because he was literally the epitome of too good to be true. Like, I was so insanely overwhelmed with how good of a person he was, how communicative he was. He was emotionally available and emotionally intelligent. And it was like, this is literally everything I've asked for. And it was crazy because every single part of me was like, I don't know if I deserve this. I don't know if I'm going to be capable of being what he needs, because he was, kind of in such a good place and just such a good person. And after, thank goodness I had done so much healing to this point that I was able to recognize these feelings and work through them. And because I have such a good partner, we could talk about them together. And funny enough, he was kind of having some of the same things too, feeling not good enough for me, seeing things in me that he felt made him feel insecure, that he wasn't as good at. And I think that tends to happen when you meet people that are, both are bringing out the best in you, because they do push you to grow. They do push you to face the things that need to, that need to change. And when you're dealing with someone who is not willing or capable of doing that, of doing the self-reflection and going within and saying, this person is showing me ways in which I can be better or which I could grow, then what you're going to do is you're going to run from it. You're going to push it away. You're going to keep it at a distance because it's uncomfortable. People don't like to, you're either going to push people to grow and they're going to love that because you're going to reflect your light back to them and they're going to reflect their light back to you, or you're going to push people to grow and they're going to hate it and they're going to try to put you down or make you the problem because it's easier than dealing with themselves. So I feel like where this person is at and where that wishy-washy energy is coming from within them, and this uncomfortable feeling that they have associated with growth and with, being pushed to do that reflection. So I think that you're basically dealing with someone who is not at a place emotionally or mentally or even spiritually or on their growth journey to be able to be what it is that you are looking for in this kind of connection. And it doesn't mean they never will be, but what it does mean is that you don't deserve to be put in this position where you're being treated poorly, waiting on somebody to grow, to heal, to evolve, to get on your level, right? And I think that that's where we have to learn, one of the theories that I feel like I've been talking about a lot recently. It's Mel Robbins' theory. It's the let them theory, which is basically the concept of letting people be where they are and you deciding whether or not that's enough for you. I think so much of the time we invest in connections and invest in people out of hopes that person is going to change or become someone better than they are. But we have to learn to take people where they're at and make our decision in our connections that says, sure, this person might have some things that I desire, but they're lacking a lot of the things that I need. They're lacking vulnerability and commitment and communication. And what that is the universe telling you is that this person is not capable of being what you need, which means there's either going to be someone better for you out there, or this isn't the right time. Usually it is the former, that there's typically somebody better for you out there. And people like this can really be a lesson in helping you choose yourself and value yourself more than the idea of another person. But I do feel like there's kind of some adjustment that's needed here, because you don't deserve to be put in this place where you're accepting so much less than what you're giving. That's just not fair for you. So obviously, yes, this person's energy is confusing, but I feel like if it boils down to what they're showing you, like take them at face value. You know, how their actions are going to speak louder than their words, and their actions are going to show you where they're at and what they're capable of. You might see the potential, especially if you're connected energetically, but that potential is not where they're at, right? So I feel like kind of taking a step back and looking at it from that perspective might help. And between this connection, you have detachment with solitude. We're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive deeper into these messages, looking at the deeper purpose and the best way for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Leo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Leo.